All right, so you wrote this piece for Westward. Before we get into it, what prompted you to write this? Did you just were feeling that this was important to tell people that the stadium belongs in Denver? Why did you do this?
No, I thought there's a lot of jiving around in terms of that they don't know where they want to go. I think they know where they want to go. They're business people, and they're going to look for the best deal. And I think the best deal is Denver. I think if you look at the other cities that have made decisions to split up their sports franchises, and I normally use Detroit as an example, what you saw was the Lions playing in Pontiac and the Pistons playing in Auburn Hills, and the Lions in the baseball team playing at Briggs Stadium, which was falling apart. What we have in Denver is a perfect opportunity to have all our sports teams in one entertainment area for sports. I mean, Broncos, Avalanche, baseball, Coors Field, and right now we've also got the Broncos downtown as well. People know it. RTD provides transportation. It's a sports hub. It's a sports center. It works well for the bars. It works well for the restaurants. And I think that the city's going to do what Mayor Johnson's going to do whatever he has to do to make sure that they stay here.
I think it's a great idea because, I mean,
if he doesn't do what he needs to do to make them stay here, I don't think he's going to be here.
Mayor, I can't imagine them. Yeah, I can't imagine them going out of town. I can't even in the slightest. And of course, you recall when Coors Field, when the Rockies first came about, and when Coors Field was built, and when the Ball Arena was built, and so on. I mean, the impact to downtown. You mentioned the restaurants and everything else. The living, the people. The economic impact is so significant. There's no possible way that this could be held up by the city, is there?
Well, I don't believe so. I know that some other cities, primarily in the South, have moved some of their teams outside of the core city. I think Atlanta moved their team outside of Atlanta into another county. But we're not the South. We're Denver. And I think that Denver is a sports capital for the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
And we need to claim it. We need to act like it. We need to put, the part I don't like, I'm not that modest. We had a lot more swag when our administration always went around the country saying we're the best and baddest there is in the country. I remember Hickenlooper telling me once the Nuggets won a couple of games, and I told him, well, during my administration, we won 2 Super Bowls and 2 Stanley Cups, and when you win, let me know. So I think we need to really promote who and what we are, and I think that the Broncos are certainly a major part of that. But they need to be downtown with everybody else. And when you have a destination place for people to go, the people will come. But if there's no place for them to go, they're not going to come. You can't split everything up.
Mayor, you're very well aware of the politics behind this kind of stuff. And
yeah.
I could sort of sniff it out myself. They're messing around with Lone Tree, and people ask why. Well, you just want leverage. And you write in your op-ed, you said, quote, "This will be a public relations disaster if ownership seriously considers moving the Broncos outside the city."
Lone Tree Broncos?
Yeah. So why even mess around with Lone Tree if that's the case? Why even have talks?
Well, I think it's good for the elected people. It's good for the politicians in Douglas County to say that they're in play and they got a shot. I think it's good for them. And I think it's good for their ownership team to play the game of saying that we've got other options. We just don't have to come to Denver.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, how could you not be in downtown Denver with all the other sports franchises?
I agree.
And Mayor, let's talk about the location because it's been out for some time now, and it's Burnham Yard. And
right.
I know that the Broncos ownership has been buying up land there and so on and so forth. And Mayor, I don't want to cast pejoratives over this state-owned land. But I've been there. I mean, I've been to the Buckhorn many times. I know exactly where everything is. I've seen everything there. It's concrete, it's weed buildings, and it's weeds growing all over the place and just debris. It's a blight on the landscape. I can't imagine the state nor the city or anybody else would fight the development in a beautiful, well-done, high-end development for the civic good of a new stadium and everything that would surround it on that particular piece of land. Heck, if you dropped a nuke on Burnham Yard, it would be an improvement. No offense, and no offense, Mayor. No offense.
No. I get it. I mean, you also mentioned one of my favorite restaurants. I made a mistake once of taking a person from out of town to the Buckhorn. I didn't know they were vegetarian, so the meeting didn't go real well.
That's awesome.
But I've been a sports fan since I was a kid. When I first moved to Denver, my highlight of my sports life is being able to see the 1960 Olympics team with Jerry West and Oscar Robertson in guard. And I was a young kid, and being able to get tickets and go down to see that was very special. So all these teams are special, and the Broncos are special. I remember the striped socks. I met Gene Mingo, and Lionel Taylor. I knew those
Legends.
guys.
Yeah,
legends in their own time, and still legends.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, I think it's a historical fight that we need to just make sure. I always worry when we have out of town owners that really don't understand the dynamics of the relationship between the people of the Rocky Mountains, the people of Colorado, the people of the Denver metro area, and their love of their sports teams.
Yeah. Well, let me give this ownership group.
They have that in most places they come from.
You're right. And let me say something about Greg Penner and this. They go out of their way to know the history of the community. And I mean, I've had many conversations with Greg about just this community. And I love the fact that they ask these questions. Here's my question to you, though. So people may not understand that the current stadium site, that's owned by the taxpayers. What happens
Correct.
when they move from that site? What's going to happen to that stadium now and that whole area?
Well, it's obviously going to be developed because it's going to be a hot property area. Vic, well, all you guys been around the sports in this town for a long time. But you don't know how personally it hurt me when I had to give up Mile High Stadium. I didn't have to give it up, but we were paying $5 million or more for maintenance on that project for Mile High Stadium. And so for me, it was a slam dunk to give up the lease and let 5 counties purchase the land so that everybody could move, so we could move that stadium. Personally, it hurt me because I lost my suite. And then when I bought one, I didn't know it didn't include food. So I mean, I was still learning stuff, but I think that we just need to move on with it quickly because we got a lot of other issues to deal with.
Agreed.
Would you be for a rooftop or a retractable roof? Because I know a lot of longtime fans don't want to see it. I don't mind one.
Yeah, no, I would be.
Really? Why?
Because you can't predict Colorado weather.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like football in the snow.
Yeah, me neither.
So I would rather have the rooftop that's retractable, that you could. So then, regardless of what the weather is, you can still play the game.
Yeah.
I'm not that much of a. I think that's why warm weather teams have somewhat of an advantage if you're going during Super Bowl time. If you're going to Miami or going to LA, but I would rather have a rooftop that allows us to be able to even bid on these teams, bid on these activities where we can bring them to Denver.
Yeah.
Mayor Webb,
we got something to sell. We need to keep selling it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Appreciate your passion for sports, man. That's one thing I've always valued is community leaders that are into it. I love watching and talking to you at Nuggets games, and I think we're going to have a long Nugget season, my friend. So we'll see you at Ball Arena soon. Good.
And I'll see you guys up in Boulder Friday, I suspect.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Kicks off Friday night, baby.
It's going to be the only thing about this NIL stuff I don't like, you don't know what kind of damn team you got until they play one game.
You ain't lying. We're asking. We have no idea
day.
What to expect.
Every day we fight about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mayor Webb, appreciate
the time. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Good to see you.
Take care, and I'm going back to bed now. I normally don't get up this early.
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks, Mayor.
All right,
Good to
take care. Bye-bye.
That's hilarious.